I think I've found the coolest way to use mass ice block, and it costs you 4 golems, 8 druids, and you guessed it, 7 ice block spells. We've been 3-starring with it. Let's show some of the replays and then we'll finish off this video with a live war attack. This was my very first attack in Legends League with the army. Reasonably legit base, not too many superchargers, but the defense is a high level, and there is the hook tower in there, and watch to see what it does later. So, to start off the attack, we are doing a fireball. So what I want you to do, a really safe water walk, and we're going for a funnel more than value. Now you've got 2 invis spells here to redirect the fireball, and you're also going to use one of your ice block spells to keep the warden stationary. So I'd use it right here, just to make sure there's no shenanigans during the fireball, and we get that down, and beautiful. Really nice value there, definitely can't complain about that. Now we're going to start our main push. So the queen with all the golems, the titan, and the druids in the center, then king and siege barracks to funnel. We got the snake bracelet on the king there. Now we're coming in with all the golems. The queen doesn't go in. I did mess that up, but I want you to watch this here. This does get a little bit ridiculous, because look, there's one hook. So I get the ice block spell down. The hook tower is doing its thing. Now it's hooked a second one, and I'm just going to keep putting ice block spells down. The druids are healing up those golems. There's now 3 golems there. Now, if we zoom out, have a look at the archer queen here, right? She is nowhere near the center of the base. In fact, none of my troops are doing any damage at this point. I'm just tanking defenses. We've got a couple of wizards coming in, trying to do damage. This minion prince is completely nullified. It's kind of hilarious. Only the warden's doing damage, and I get sick of just using ice block spells, so I give up with 1 to go. But look, all these golems are still so healthy. The queen's on the right hand side. The royal champion is reinforcing with the king, and the queen finally comes in, so I use my final ice block spell. By the way, we've still got 3.5 golems up there. Yes, only what, half a golem's gone down in this entire attack. The queen finally makes it to the center of the base. We can use 3 druids on her, and we're just gonna roll over the back end of the base. And I didn't do anything good in this attack, but essentially my queen pathed the wrong way, and I said, alright, ice golems, you're just going to stay in the center and tank until my archer queen decides to come over. We all know the archer queen AI is a bit garbage, but it doesn't matter, because you've just got so much time in this attack for your archer queen to catch up. King's doing a good job on the outside of the base. I believe my royal champion did go down, unfortunately. Yeah, that's her over there. But you use the royal champion to help out with the king and the super hogs in the siege barracks. And look at this, we've got the debt collectors. I mean, there's still golemites tanking. That's the ridiculous thing about this attack strategy. The golems just tank the entire battle. And like, obviously hero equipment is what carries this attack strategy, but I think you wouldn't be able to do this with golems pre-update. Now you can kind of easily, thanks to the ice block spell. Alright, coming up against a pretty meta base here. We start off with the double invis. I don't really need to ice block my warden there. That fireball is pretty safe. Now, this one doesn't have the crafting station. Not much I can do about that, but have a look at this rage tower. This is a powerful rage tower, and you're going to see what happens when a bunch of golems and a giant meets this rage tower. It's definitely worth seeing, and you might start seeing the power of this army. So we're heading into the base here. I do get the log launcher on the angle. I decided to use the log launcher here. I use it some of the time. It's definitely log launcher or siege barracks. The downside of using the log launcher though is these super hogs on paper won't be as good. Now have a look at this. The monolith locks onto my queen. Now I don't have an invis spell or a freeze spell, so I'm just gonna keep coming in here with the ice block spells, and look, these super hogs out of the log launcher take down the monolith, and once that's done, it's time to start proceeding with the rest of the army. We use the jump spell to the middle. Now the biggest weakness of this army is, because I don't have the king inside the base with the earthquake boots, it's hard to get across the base, but it also doesn't matter if your army has thousands upon thousands of hit points, even more if you take into account the 94%. So the rage tower goes off. It's time to start using the ice block spells. Now the fire spitter and the scatter shots are really bad for the druids because obviously they can kind of splash through. But look at this, I get the giant here, and this is where your mirror clones go to work. My warden has gone down here, so I don't have the rage effect of anything, but all the troops in front of my 3 archer queens or I see 2, maybe there's only 2 at this point. All the troops in front of it are tanking absolutely everything. And these Archer Queens are just free to do whatever they want. The Giant does splash damage through the wall. I have gone through all my Ice Block spells at this point, but look, I've still got the Electro Titan alive. It just goes down. The Queen's still up. We've got so many Golemites. The Giant's still up. I only just used my Royal Champion ability. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't understand how this hit didn't fail. It really should have, and this was my second attack with the army, and I went at this point, maybe this isn't just a meme. Maybe this is legit. Is there a genuine chance this is legit? Now, short answer, no. But it's solid enough to have fun with it and still 3-star. What about if we come in on a meta base layout? Now, yet again, I'm so sorry, there's no crafting station on this. I'm actually resetting in the 5700, so it's not even like I'm low. You can see these base layouts are legit, and the bases are well leveled up. It's just they haven't all put the crafting station down. Now, this base, I do 3-star hard enough that the crafting station definitely wouldn't have made a difference. So, Warden does his thing. I do use an Ice Block spell. Beautiful. It just makes 100% sure of everything. And then I can get this Golem down nice and early. Unfortunately, that Wall Breaker fails, which was a little annoying, but not much we can do about that. We get some Druids down, King in the Siege Barracks, and away we go. I had to put a couple of extra Druids down on this one. But yeah, the Golems are nice and healthy. Now, like I said in the last one, the biggest weakness of this is getting across the base, but it also makes this attack strategy so much fun. So I use the Ice Block spell there so we can start leveling healing all of our troops up. But yeah, as I was saying, the fact that I can't get across this base means I've just got to bully my way through the base with Golems, and honestly, that is the best content possible in Clash of Clans. Really nice spiky ball ability. Keep in mind, you just want to use the spiky ball when that's maximized. There's no earthquake boots or anything. The snake bracelet's going to do its own thing. Minion Prince goes down to the last wizard. Unfortunately, the Titan goes down, but have a look. We get all these Golems to go into the center, and this is like Christmas for me. I've just got all the Golems tanking for everything. The Archer Queen steps up. Unfortunately, the Giant tries to run backwards, and at this point, I just slow everything up to allow these next 3 Druids to come in. They come in, they're doing their absolute best, and look at this. I mean, normally your troops get shredded in a core like this. Mine are just chilling. That is my last Ice Block spell, but we've still got a few Druids up, keeping everything nice and healthy. The Giant is critical here for getting through the walls. Somehow this what is it? The Super Rider gets through the walls. I mean, it does a lot of damage to walls, keep that in mind. Another nice reason to bring it in this army. The Royal Champion has still got her Rocket Spear. She's just been chilling on the outside of the base. The Queen's been chilling on the inside, and you cannot tell me that a crafted defense would have stopped this. Look at this. Not only are these 3 up, I'm pretty sure there's 3 of them, they're all, like, that's the least healthy one there. What on earth is this army? I genuinely think this is one of the worst attacks I've ever done that's 3-starred. Tell me otherwise at the end of this battle. Now, yet again, no crafting station, but I would have fireballed it anyway, so that's why I'm putting it in the video here. If it was a crafted defense here, I would have got more value with the fireball. So, Warden coming in from the bottom, and we want to get rid of the multi-archer tower here, so as soon as he's in a position where 2 invis spells is enough, we put both of them down, fireball nice and safely. I don't know why I quake like that. I could have got this scatter shot down. Oh well, I completely mess it up. Druid's going to keep the Warden alive through the ricochet cannon here, and then we're going to start with the second phase of our attack. So we pull, oh, the unicorn goes down. I didn't even realize that when I did it live. Oh well, not the end of the world. Yet again, King and Siege Barracks. Oh, I didn't even notice that either. Well, I guess that's this army for you. You're very preoccupied on keeping 4 Golems alive. So we go straight in here. Unfortunately, this Golem gets picked off, and I didn't realize it went over there. So I did not use an Ice Block spell, but we can start using them here. A couple of furnaces in the CC that are getting completely negated, like they'll be doing absolutely no damage. And we have the Queen behind. I do accidentally get her in the Ice Block spell. Now, I didn't know what happened with the wall break. The last wall break just opened this wall rather than opening the core of this base. And what this meant is I needed the jump spell to get to the town hall. I did not want to use it right now. So I wanted these troops to beat through the wall, but if they did that, then the Warden would have gone down. So I tried to keep the Warden alive here with the Ice Block spell. I shouldn't have done that. So look what's happening here. We have the no Warden, just a bunch of Golems and Druids on the bottom side of the base and a couple of Bears. Then we have the King and the Queen on the top side without much tanking for them other than themselves. And I've got I've got now 2 Ice Block spells left. And look, I'm about to use another one just to tank. It's the exact same as that first attack you saw. I've got troops that are tanking in the core, and I'm like, I may as well not let them die, right? I'll just let them do their thing. I use my final Ice Block. I mean, the Town Hall hasn't shot at my Queen, my Royal Champion, the Giant, none of that. And I mean, look at this. We've still got a couple of Golems in there. Got lots of Golemites. We've got a Giant. Unfortunately, bad timing there. The Royal Champion gets targeted by the Minion Prince, but we've still got the Titan alive in the core of the base. The Siege Barracks P.E.K.K.A is still alive. My Queen is still alive. The King's only just gone down. Like, how did this happen? Genuinely one of the worst attacks I've ever done. Nothing went right, and we still got 3 stars. So I've shown you, I think that's 4 of my replays now. The 5th one did have a crafted defense. It was another hook tower. It was another terrible attack, but it was 3 stars. Can I do it live though for you all? I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen in the next 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to give it our absolute best. Now, I really like this little trick you can do. So, oh boy, this is so risky. This is so risky. How did that go to the expo? Oh, well. It mostly works out. How did that go to the expo? The Rage Tower definitely should have been closer. Oh, well. I need to set a funnel here. Alright. The Warden will be pulled by the Boars, but the Boars should go up anyway, so it's not the end of the world. I just want the Warden to get rid of that. Okay, beautiful. What's in this CC? I think you will help out. Let's use one Golem on the flanks here. Alright, we're going to negate this Rage Tower entirely, or at least that's the plan. Get that one Golem that's tanking so much. The King's gone inside the base for whatever reason. But that's okay, that spiky... Not sure I've ever... Oh, the Siege Barracks! I completely forgot. Okay, we're just going to use the Siege Barracks over there. I'm trying to swag everything, apparently. I thought I got what I wanted in that Ice Block. Evidently not. Oh, that's a terrible Ice Block. That's a worse Ice Block. I'm panicking! I'm panicking! There's no way! Oh my word. It's just going to come down to walls as per usual. But I've got my Royal Champ ability. I've still got... Oh, those poor hogs are going to get ruined. Going to get absolutely ruined. Actually, maybe they won't. Oh, they're going straight to a bomb tower. This worked? Genuinely, this worked? Alright, this kind of had nothing to do with the Ice Block. I'm going to be honest. The Golems were awesome, though. The Golems tanked for so long. This attack strategy works even if you make horrific mistakes. I'm lost for words. Let me know down below. Do you think this is, like, okay? It's not strong, let's be clear. It's not broken. Is it good, though? Is it usable, or is it just hero equipment being insane? I want to hear your opinions down below.